Good evening and welcome back to the Fate of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running our game as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Wilhelm von Kessel, the human swashbuckler rogue. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Rudy Whitaker, the Shifter Eldritch Knight.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Wrath, the Aasimar Warlock.
Thank you for joining us once again. We are the Dungeon Dudes, and Kelly and I create all sorts of content over on our YouTube channel covering everything D&D, including advice for players and guides for GMs. So be sure to hit up youtube.com/dungeondudes to check out the channel.
You can also join us on Tuesday evenings when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. Check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube and check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
And with that, let us return to Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakkenheim.
When last we left the Dusk Wardens, Rudy, Wilhelm, and Wrath had decided to remain in the Octenwald Forest to plunder the lair of the green dragon Trethesia, but also to rescue Rudy's son Corbin, who was taken by the dragon, as well as one of the other apothecaries, Lizanne Bean. You have all had the opportunity, since your companions left, to have a long rest. And you level up! Woo! To level 16.
Woohoo! Nice.
Yeah.
What are we taking? Where are we going?
So I get an ability score improvement, so feat or score increase. Still not 100% sure, but I might just take a score increase.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what ability score would you be increasing that?
Good question. I'm thinking, let me go back to my sheet. I mean, my wisdom could use some increasing, so that would not be a terrible idea to add some scores in there.
You just go for more hit points with more con.
I mean, yeah, I could get to a 20.
It's tempting. Think about it. Wilhelm, what about you?
I also get a ability score increase or a feat, and I'm going to take a feat. I love reliable talent. And I think that it actually makes the feats that allow you to take more skills and expertise more worthwhile on a rogue, because the ability to never roll lower than a 10 on anything I'm proficient with is incredible. So I've taken Prodigy. I have gained the ability to speak deep speech, although for the purposes of our campaign, we're kind of finagling that so that I have studied and learned the ancient texts of the Sorcerer Kings and can now read and speak that.
We'll consider for these purposes that Wilhelm is fluent in all the languages of the continent, as well as some of the ancient and dead languages that were spoken in the continent.
He's a studied man.
Yeah.
And also he's taken proficiency in insight and expertise in persuasion. So I now have a plus 13 to persuasion, meaning that with my reliable talent, I cannot roll lower than a 23 in persuasion.
Wow.
And technically, I can't roll lower than a 15 on insight.
I need to keep a post-it note with this now. So
just let me be good.
Okay. Right.
Oh, and I also gain proficiency in disguise kits.
People just get super lost in your eye.
My one eye. It's my charming eye.
You can't roll under 25 for stealth?
Correct.
21 for investigation. 50. Okay. That's those are some high scores. 23 persuasion minimum is going to be pretty interesting.
I'm growing into my kingliness, so I'm starting to be able to command a room very well.
And what about Wrath?
I think Wrath is going to, as he continues to serve Bruce, Bruce continues to bestow his great powers and energy upon him, and he will be taking the lucky feat because everybody loves to be lucky, and Bruce just gives him another couple shots at things because there's been a lot of times when Wrath feels like things don't go in his favor, but now Bruce has more control to turn the tides for his devoted patron.
How many characters in this party have the lucky feat?
Everybody.
Out of the
Oh, they all.
6, there's 3 characters.
3 out of 6?
Yeah.
Does Vale have lucky?
No, I refuse. She's got 9 lives.
Wilhelm
Doesn't
has
need more-
lucky,
more
and
dice
both
roll.
of Joe's characters
Yeah,
have
Pluto
lucky.
and I feel like it's my great default. It's the great default feat. When in doubt, re-roll your 20s.
All right. Okay. Cool.
I did take the Constitution as my plus. I have 212 hit points.
Yeah, you broke the 200 barrier. You're basically a dragon now.
212 hit points for Rudy.
So Rudy can't die, I can't fail a skill check, and Wrath and Pluto can't fail a dice roll.
I mean, we know that
Lucky doesn't always.
he doesn't always.
No, it doesn't always, but
Maybe
I'm
this campaign
exaggerating.
should have ended several levels ago. Well, we'll roll with it. We are fast approaching level 17, and that means the 9th level spells are going to start. Actually, it'll just be Wrath for a little while.
Yeah, because Sebastian took
Yeah.
a couple levels of Warlock. So.
Okay,
get
so
any
I,
of those
so the it's going to be a while before I have to contend with the wishes, but fortunately that's a secret spell, so can't.
Oh, I'm going to learn it.
I don't think.
I mean, Sebastian is.
I don't think Wrath gets access to.
Yeah, I don't. No, warlocks do not.
No.
So.
I also get a new spell.
Oh, you do.
I guess it says I have one more spot. So
What do you have already?
for my like 3rd levels, I have like counterspell, fireball. I have like misty step, but that's from something else.
Ooh.
Enlarge, reduce.
Is this a level where you get to choose one of any school of magic?
I don't think so.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. So you need another abjuration or evocation spell.
I believe so. Yes. Yeah, it would be 8th, 14th, and 20th that any school of magic, and the rest are.
Oh, so you could have taken one from any school of magic if you wanted to. Do you want to take that up now? Because you've already chosen 2 abjurations for 3rd level spells, unless you chose to take a lower level spell.
I think it was a lower level spell.
I see.
Because I think like
Okay.
enlarge, reduce is my last
Right.
one. So let's see what there is. Yeah, I think I might take a lightning bolt.
Sounds good. Well, with that, you've made camp to recuperate, rest up from the battle against the dragon, and to make your expedition into its lair. As you know, the dragon Trethesia laired in the roots of the great Evertree. And so the entrance to the lair is kind of that broken root that has been hollowed out that leads deep down beneath the earth. Looking in to the entrance, it is almost a sheer drop right down into the darkness. A low mist hangs in the air, the green vapors billowing out and around, and you can see that the sides, Wilhelm, you can see this because of your amazing perception, you can determine, looking down, that the walls of the root are covered in thorny brambles. Thus, climbing down the inside could be quite hazardous.
What time of day is it?
You have made your rest, and so you guys can decide what time of day you would like to embark.
If we set out before dawn breaks, I can just fly into this hole.
Because of the forest canopy, most of the air, there's lots of dim light and darkness, so you could very easily utilize your cloak.
I can fly. Wrath, you can fly.
I do love to fly. Rudy, you can jump.
I can jump. I don't know how far down it goes.
I do not know, but I also we do have one on the inside, a guide, a loyal servant whose loyalty will be evermore as we have rid it of its master. Meepo? Is it?
No,
what was
Meepo's
it?
the
What was the one?
Kippers.
Kippers.
Yeah, Kippers. The cobalt.
I reach out to Kippers.
Okay.
Kippers, you will meet us at the entrance.
Kippers says, "On my way." All right, on my way.
And I will use him as our guide to the cavern.
The fact that you so easily bent this cobalt to your will is somewhat frightening.
The kobold replies, "I can't climb up. The brambles. Something has happened to Trethesia. The others are panicking. Something is wrong inside."
Nothing is wrong, Kippers. You serve me now.
I can't make it up. I can't get out. Help! Help! Help!
Calm yourself. We will meet you down there. We will come down to you, and then you will show us where the entertainment is.
I thought I was gonna turn into a dragon.
We all thought things. That's life, Kippers, and you gotta deal with it. We will discuss your future later. For now, you will take us to Rudy's son. That is why we are here. We are here to rescue him. And you will take him to us. You will wait for us where the brambles are, where the brambles were. Yeah?
It's poetic.
I'm gonna say it out loud, yeah. I'm gonna say all this out loud so you can hear it.
I've already grabbed the edges of my cloak and I'm like hovering off the ground. I'm like ready to go.
I bet you together we could carry Rudy.
Well, I was thinking I could reduce myself to a smaller size.
Pocket Rudy.
Pocket Rudy.
And we both hold your hands, a hand on either side, and we're gonna swing down.
What's the voice for Pocket Rudy?
Yeah, because we know Big Rudy.
It's little Rudy.
Little Rudy!
I pick up the tiny grandma and I hold her hand.
And I hold the other hand,
All right, let's get going.
and we'll swing her
And we-
as we fly.
Stop swinging me. I'm not a
Note,
child.
though, that you do need to hold both your cloak with both hands to fly.
Rudy,
Just piggyback onto Wrath.
Okay.
Okay. You fly down the hollow route. As you do so,
This is serious.
it reaches deep, deep into the earth. For the roots of the Evertree are ancient anchors that bear down so far that perhaps even the tips of the roots might touch the heart of the earth itself. It is almost a sheer drop. And as you do so, the lashing brambles and vines choke out flowers here and there that emit a heavy and hypnotic pollen. What will you do to protect yourselves as you fly down?
Very quickly, did you give us did you say I have some words that you wanted to share before we...
No.
Okay.
Okay, as we're flying down, Wilhelm is like, it's very dark below. And that frightens me. But, nevertheless, onwards we must go for family. For friends, courage will guide us. And we
You are all
might need some
inspired.
light as well.
Okay.
Well, we can see in the dark.
Great.
What's the
19 temporary hit points.
And so there's these hypnotic spores. These
poisonous, hypnotic, hallucinogenic? You'll find out when you breathe them in.
Oh no.
So you can imagine as you fly down, there's kind of as you fly down, the brambles and the vines here and there, these great bulbous flowers, they open up and they out with puffs of their pollen and spores. And in other places, several of the flowers open up and they actually have barbed petals that reach out to bite at you. And here and there, the vines lash out to attack as if the entrance of the dragon's lair tries to defend itself. But you can see almost immediately, these plants are acting on instinct. And though they might have once been grown with intent, whatever consciousness or will controlled these plants is now broken.
I was about to say we could set them on fire, but I feel like that might make the whole Evertree go up in flames, and that sounds bad.
It's not dry down here.
Right.
So a flame might not start the whole thing off in that sort of way. This part of the Octomworld is effectively a rainforest. So it's not that kind of dry forest that would go up. The Evertree has sustained quite a long time. Unless you would like to take specific action to avoid or anything else, then what I will need from each of you first are dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity.
Can I use something like chill touch to try to like attack and kill the plants?
Sure.
At least the ones
Yeah.
that are closest to me.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I can't use it. I was gonna say I have warding wind, so I could literally make a ball of wind, but then I lose my concentration on my reduce. So
And you become super heavy.
Okay, make an attack with chill touch.
I'm gonna try to attack some of the more
Aggressive looking flora.
yeah. That's a good way to put it. I crit.
Okay. You reach out and sap the life force from one of the pollinous plants as it comes out into play. Just as it's about to erupt with a cloud of pollen. That's saving you 1.
So as we descend
Yeah.
with Rudy on my back.
Rudy or Wilhelm, would you like to try anything?
So prestidigitation can do a puff of wind. Can I poof,
Shoot it
as
back
it's coming my way?
The puff of wind, sure. Give me an Arcana check in that case to try to
It's 5.
5. The puff of wind, unfortunately, is ineffectual, and as you try to defend that as you go by, it emits a cloud of spores, and I will need from you a dexterity saving throw.
I would like to use Indomitable.
Okay.
Imagine if you had lucky.
And I'm indomitable for this exact thing.
I get a 20.
I just asked Rudy for
Oh.
one. Yeah.
The same as before, so 6.
Okay.
Oh no.
So as the cloud of pollen erupts out in front of you, you end up inhaling it deeply, and what it is is a cloud of almost like glass dust that you feel it slashing into your body and harming you physically. So you actually take 20 points of piercing damage, and I'll need a con save against the poison.
I have a feeling that Rudy's on my back. Like, am I also breathing this in?
Yep. Okay, so give me a dex save as well.
I have a feeling that I'm probably more. I'm so sorry, Rudy.
It's okay.
What'd you get for con?
I got a 19.
You managed to, you avoid it by basically turning so that Rudy flies right into it. And what did you get for your con save?
26.
Okay, you're not poisoned. And Wilhelm, what are you gonna do?
Why would you do that?
From a distance, I'm just gonna. I don't have like magic or anything. So
No, but you are basically flying down in a wingsuit.
Tuck and roll.
I'm going to
Watch out, there's spores.
watch out. Yeah, watch out, spores, and I'm going to like dive.
So you kind of like barrel roll down like evasive maneuvers.
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. I rolled a 1, so I get a 25.
So Wilhelm, it's tough because you're going straight down, right? And so for a moment you realize that it's actually better for you to go on instinct and like let it pull you straight down, and so you go top speed straight down,
free fall?
Basically almost free falling, but then you're able to maneuver yourself but what I'll need is a dexterity saving throw so that you can kind of kick it back up so that you don't
Do you know in
splat.
Super Mario World when you have the feather and you get the cape and you can like
Yes,
burrow?
and you can
You're
cannonball
on the
straight
dive.
down.
You're on
Yeah.
the
You dive and then you
Yeah.
boing back up. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do. So dexterity saving
I
throw.
almost imagine also like, you know, in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom when you are falling down into the depths.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that like controlled fall.
That's going to be a 16.
Okay, you manage to stop yourself, and as you head down, you realize you can see, Wilhelm, that there are several passages that veer off from this route before it stops at the bottom. First, there is if you can imagine the side view of what you would be seeing. The route continues straight down, but then it branches off to one side. And so the branch, you could fly into the branch, or you could follow it to the bottom where it splits one more time.
I'm going to go ahead and as I catch myself, I'm going to drift over and land. Like, is it still thorny brambles along the sides of the branch?
So where it branches off, the thorns, imagine it again like a blood vessel or a root. It splits off once at the top, and that split off, there is an area where you could actually land and walk on. It's flat, right? And then at the bottom it splits and kind of reaches out into two different passages.
I'm going to go to the branch off and I'm going to go and land and just kind of observe the area.
Okay. You land on the upper branch, and here the root winds. You imagine at this stage, even though the roots are huge, the dragon would really have to pull its wings in even to make it through this passage. It's narrow for the dragon, but wide for you. And you stand within the knobbly wooden passage, and here the root weaves through the earth, and you can see the signs that it opens into a wider chamber not far away.
Loud enough for the immediate vicinity, but not too loud. I say, Kippers, are you here?
In the immediate vicinity, there is, looking down, you see the cobalt at the very bottom.
Kippers?
Hi! way!
He's good.
Where does this lead?
Certain death!
What? Can you be more specific? What causes the certain death?
That's where that leads back to where my cousins and siblings are probably gonna try to kill you.
I'm going to fly from this point back. Where's how far?
I think we're still coming.
They're
Yeah, they still have to get past.
They're past the obstacles now. So, Wrath and Rudy, where are you gonna land?
Wherever he.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching for. I mean, Wilhelm, you're ahead, so I imagine that we're sort of kind of as we approach. Did you find Kippers?
Kippers is right down there, and there is a horde of kobolds, seemingly, according to Kippers, this way.
Interesting.
We could either avoid.
They're everywhere. They're scared. Something's very wrong. What happened to Trethesia?
She's fine.
She has abandoned you.
Oh no!
I am your new master. My name is Wrath, and I bring great sorrow along with some joy.
My siblings don't seem to agree with that. I feel like I need to say yes to you, but they're being very mad.
What do they seek? Do they need a new leader? Because we are the new.
We're very persuasive.
We're in charge now.
There's like some sort of dragon blood back in my genes somewhere, so like you could. I'm kind of like a dragon.
You're currently shouting down to the cobalt.
I am kind of like a dragon.
Just so that you're aware. Is that what you want to continue doing?
Well, how long has it taken us to get to this point?
Not long.
I have a minute on this spell.
I would say the spell's ended by now. Yeah. So we'll do this.
I fall off your back.
I'm haphazardly going closer and closer to the ground.
I'm probably
I
going
try
to
to
fly.
balance.
I'll fly towards Kippers. I'll leave
Okay.
my post.
As
and
I
fly.
try to balance fruit.
Give me a moment.
Daddy. Oh, this does not last long.
Like I imagine, like now you're holding on, but like now you're covering my eyes and my face, and you're just like,
And I'm
way
like
bigger.
bigger than you. I think you're taller, but I'm like sturdier.
Oh yeah, I feel like all your stuff too. Like you just got way heavier, like that. We're gonna go in for not a crash landing, but I feel like an emergency landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I realized that I'm Thor
You're Thor.
with lightning, so I can, because I throw it and I can teleport my weapon back to me,
man.
and now I have lightning. I'm Thor.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna lightning bolt people and throw your axe at them.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the region that you are in now. So as you can see, there is a passage that is heading, that Wilhelm is on, the elevated passage. And Kippers is down there. So there are, this is the central route that terminates, it splits off, it sort of terminates as it comes down. And then it goes off into the two other passages at the base, and then this more elevated passage here.
I continue to go down as Heavy Rudy appears.
Cool. Would you guys like to place yourselves where you want to be so I have a sense of where you are?
I'm gonna try to land beside Kippers.
Okay.
If you do need to.
So,
I have, and then
just to be clear, it's 60 feet from where Wilhelm is to the bottom.
I mean, I'm also going to try to fly down.
Okay. To the very bottom then?
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you fly down to the bottom here, the route splits deep into the earth, and the sides of this cavern are both bits are like a knobbly, barky wood, and others are dirt, as if the root is kind of split open here. And the ancient roots, as the old roots die off, new roots replace them. And so the passages that you see here immediately twist off in directions that, and much like a root, like they don't go straight in any way, shape, or form. All of them sort of both meander up and down and left and right and kind of move in that very organic way that a root system would. Many of the passages are quite narrow, considering this was a dragon's lair, but the passageway that Wilhelm came from was definitely the widest one.
I mean, a few things that we should take into consideration. Since Trethessia has been overthrown, they may have left behind a hoard of ancient treasure. Not that we're necessarily treasure seekers, but gold means resources.
Kipper says, "Oh yes, Trethessia has great hoard. I just saw it. Her favorite children are bickering over who is going to take it."
We might need whatever that is. Magic items, potions, all of it could be of great benefit for the battles to come.
I mean, I agree, but I'm worried those dragons are in trouble from Everett.
Right.
The ones that you freed earlier fled. But if Trethessia had more true draconic children than just those two, you're not certain how many true dragon children Trethessia had.
We also need to find your son and the other apothecary.
Yes.
Bean.
It could serve a dual purpose. If we find Rudy, if we find your son, we may in fact be able to go to the Dragon Horde as one.
Kippers, will your family resist?
Oh yes! They're very scared.
Wrath. I'm not much for intimidating or deceiving people, but perhaps you could put the fear of you into them?
Once you are dead, Trethessia's children, they will fight over who is going to take the treasure, who will make this their new lair.
Well, I hope we're not dying anytime soon.
Kippers, it is important that you share with me what these dragons respect. What is their desire?
This is their home. They want to live here and keep all their things.
No, that makes sense.
That's actually right on track. I probably didn't need to ask that.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay, so we've gone into the kobold's home. But remember, rule number 1, always have a plan of attack. What is our plan to murder the kobolds in their home and steal their things?
4 of Trethessia's children, greater children, are here. Phelora, Verdigris, Alandera, and Sylvanor. And they're by the treasure, arguing who is the greatest of them.
Oh, I'm not going to lie, those names are going to be hard to remember.
Maybe we pit them against each other. And then that way we can shore up the numbers before we attack.
Rule number 11, there are always alternatives to fighting. I like where you're going with this. If we can convince them to turn on each other.
I'll be honest, I feel mighty guilty about this. We just killed their parent.
Yeah, I thought Trethessia was going to be a very proud and noble creature when I finally had the opportunity to meet one of the legendary dragons, but they were really mean.
She was very rude to you.
Very rude, and I no longer feel like we are on good terms.
But there's a balance that must be struck.
Well, they should have thought of that before they tried to eat us.
It was, I believe it was Trethessia that killed the rest of the elves.
I mean, that is true. Trethessia was a scourge of the elves for a time, and
Trethesia did also attack
Altbrook.
Altbrook.
Yeah, Trethesia has been a bit of a menace for some time, and like a respectful menace, but a menace nonetheless. So we have done a service.
I relate to that a lot.
What, being a menace?
Respectful menace.
Actually,
Rudy
yeah.
Whitaker, respectful menace.
I can't say I've been perfect in my time. I have caused a few things, but
You did what you thought. Well, you did what my father thought was right. Not all choices.
so I can
The three of you
respect
can
where
roll
they
me a
were-
d6.
where they were coming from. 5.
1.
1.
Okay.
We've sat around talking.
As the group of you talk and bicker, I'll get a perception check from each of you.
14.
15.
11.
Okay. Are any of you immune to surprise?
I am.
Okay. Wilhelm, you feel your hand crossbow of warning shudder and shake as the sounds of the attack are upon you.
We're not alone.
Well, what's wrong with your crossbow? Stop sneezing.
Oh no, I've given our position away. It's very musty in here.
That's what your crossbow does when there's an enemy nearby. It sneezes. It goes, achoo!
What is it, boy?
Goblins?
Is it goblins? No? Kobolds? That makes more sense.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Man, another one. Can I use lucky on my d6 rolls?
Okay. Those are from the upper cavern.
Way to like spread them out a little bit, or
They're coming. Those three over there?
from the other entrance?
Yep. And that one up at the top as well.
Well, he looks mischievous.
Okay. And quite suddenly, as the group of you stand and wait,
Sitting ducks.
quite suddenly, there is a crash as several of the poisonous plants up above are suddenly cut free from the vines and drop down on the three of you. The three plants falling down from up above. And you can imagine the ones with the maw-like petals opening up and they fall downward. And I'll have each of you can make me a dexterity saving throw.
12.
28.
Okay.
13.
Wilhelm, you roll out of the way as these two plants, they fall right on top of Wrath and Rudy and just like envelop them.
I dodge out of the way and turn around and go, look out! But they're all...
So Wrath and Rudy, the two of you both take 20 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And you're restrained in the plants in place. And at the start of each of your turns, you'll take more damage as the plants, as they start releasing their digestive fluids and the acid to slowly dissolve you into their plant-like forms. I do need initiative from everybody as well.
Oh.
14 for Rudy.
15 for Wrath.
23 for Wilhelm.
Okay. With that, Wilhelm, you are the first to act.
Can I attack the plant without attacking my friend?
Uncertain.
I run up to the Rudy plant, and I'm going to take my rapier, and I'm going to try. I study it for a brief second, and I'm like, Rudy's about this shape, so if I stab it, and then I just drive the blade
Okay, make an
into-
attack.
I say, experiment on me. I can take it.
That's going to be a 29 to hit.
Okay, the plant uses its reaction to move Rudy in the way of the attack. And Rudy takes the damage.
No!
I don't use sneak attack.
Oh!
Unfortunately, I got the triggering wrong. It moves the damage. The trigger applies after the damage is rolled, so you do need to roll your sneak attack
That's
damage.
okay. Go for it. I can take it.
You really snuck up and attacked Rudy, though. If that gives you any consolation. It doesn't, I know.
Roll low.
Thank you for testing on Rudy. Oh my god, why do you keep picking up D6s?
My sneak attack is a fireball.
Insane.
35 damage.
Sorry, Rudy.
Sorry.
Anything
All
else,
of it
Will?
goes to...
Yeah.
So I'm like right there, and then all of a sudden...
And what the plant sort of does is with Rudy restrained, it sort of bites like the back of your hamstring and like makes you fall and falter slightly, and interjects Rudy into the attack.
You hear me howl inside the
I
plant.
stab like right, like it clearly goes, and I'm just like, and I hear you howl, and I'm just like, the plant bit you!
I know what being
Anything
stabbed
else,
by a
Wilhelm?
rapier feels like.
I pull the rapier out, and I look past Rudy, and I'm gonna just fire at one of these kobolds here.
Okay.
You're on your own.
Getting a 28.
You hit. Can you do less than 5 damage?
I have done 6 damage.
The kobold dies.
And I'm like, that's what you get for stabbing Rudy.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Really
All right.
pulling the wool over our eyes.
I mean, you already have a plant over your
Yeah.
eyes, so I'm...
The kobolds rush into the chamber, and as they do so, they see that Wilhelm is not. And the kobolds that are coming down from the front, they have spears and shields, and they're kind of moving in a little kobold formation.
Cute.
Forward towards Wilhelm.
No, I'm kind of over here. I guess.
Yep,
these
but I
guys
got
can-
more over there.
Yeah, they can pop
They're
up.
marching.
What about these guys up here? Are they same?
No, they're staying up there, right? And as they come forward in their formation, how many kobolds surround Will? Seeing that Wilhelm is the one that is not restrained,
There was 3 over here and 2 over here. I don't know if those two...
they're all going to come for you because you're not the one that's restrained.
Okay.
So they attack with advantage. So how many? So I got 5 kobolds all going for you. So I got an 18, a 17, an 18, a 22,
That hits.
and a 21.
2 hits.
2 hits. Okay. So the 2 hits each deal a big ol' 5 points of piercing damage.
I'm gonna half one of them.
Okay.
Poor kobolds.
The other kobolds start hoisting Rudy and Wrath into the air.
Hey!
So the plant is still attached to a vine, and you see a line of kobolds from the upper part. They're hoisting the plant back up, and the 2 of you are hoisted into the air in the plants.
Just see my legs kicking.
So, yeah. And turn the plants right side up.
Here.
I feel like...
Just be careful with
Yeah.
Rat's broken legs.
Here's what we're gonna do. Get rid-
Yeah, you can put them off the map slightly. That's fine too. So the 2 of you are now both. They pull you up, and you're both 60 feet up, being eaten and digested.
It's rude.
Wrath, it's your turn, but you're surprised. So you take. So now, Wrath, because you're being digested by the plant,
Oh yeah.
you take a grand total of 16 points of acid damage.
Ah!
Rudy, you're being digested, and you take 19 points of acid damage. And we go back to the top of the round with Wilhelm.
All right, well, I'm surrounded by kobolds.
Yes.
And there's only one thing I can really do about that. So I'm going to, oh man, the one person who doesn't have good crowd control is this whole team. I'm going to stab one of the kobolds in front of me.
Okay.
Getting a 23.
It does hit.
Do I need to roll damage?
No.
Do I need to use sneak attack?
No.
I don't think so. Okay, and then I fire my crossbow.
Oh, that was
That
Bruce.
was Bruce.
Oops. This is what happens when
Bruce
I
is just sitting there watching me get hoisted up. He's just sitting there like licking
Purring.
himself.
Yeah.
And crossbow attack, getting an 18 to hit.
Also a hit, and another. The kobolds don't have much in the way of defense.
And then I turn to face the other kobolds, and I say, Kippers, help!
Okay, the kobolds. Flying out from outside come a pair of winged kobolds.
Where do they end up?
They fly out, and I'm just going to put them on the sides like that. And they come out with their crossbows, and they fly out and they take sniper shots at Wilhelm with their pack tactics. One gets a 23, and the other gets 15. But it lands a sneak attack on Wilhelm for 15 points of piercing damage.
Ow, my neck!
As it flies out and shoots you.
These are tiny bolts.
They are. And the other kobolds, one of them goes whistles, and the other kobolds around you, Wilhelm, they disengage, and they run away.
Oh no.
This is fine.
As another kobold.
Oh no, is it another plant?
Cuts loose another plant to come and land down on you. But as it falls down towards you, Wilhelm, it falls. You can see that the bulb isn't opening. Instead, the acid is building up inside it, and it lands right beside you with a horrific splash of acid. And you can give me a Constitution saving throw.
Lucky.
That's it.
16.
You do succeed, which is half damage, so you take 14 acid damage from the splash. And then the kobolds, the other ones all disengaged. And then the other kobolds, they hoist Broody and Wrath even higher. You're now 120 feet up.
Uh-oh.
Wrath, it is your turn. You are getting digested for another 10 acid damage.
Okay. What would it take to slip out of this creature?
Either athletics or acrobatics, and an action.
I'm terrible at both. So I will simply cast Dimension Door,
Okay.
and I'm going to appear behind these two gobbledygoobs.
So yeah, these three kobolds are working the rope.
At the top.
Yeah, there's 6 kobolds in total up there that are working the ropes.
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
So those 3 plus 3 more are
Yeah.
further back.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to appear and release. Yeah. No, they might take it literally. I am.
You use your action to Dimension Door.
I am now your new master. I have slayed the great Trethesia, and I will come after you too.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Okay. And Rudy, you're getting digested, and you're going to take another 18 points of acid damage. What are you going to do?
So I am 120 feet in the air.
Yes.
Okay. If I athletics to get out of this thing,
You will fall
Can I-
100 feet.
can I grab it? So I'm just trying to think of.
So you want to rough your way out and then grab onto the rope so that you're out of it so you don't fall.
Yeah.
Yes, but the athletics check will be harder. And if you fail, you fall.
Let's do it.
Or well, here's what I'll say is, because you're still contained within the creature, if you first I need to check to break out,
Yeah.
and then I need to check to grab on.
Grab on. Okay,
Yeah.
so athletics.
Yeah, and this is going to cost you all your movement and your action.
Okay. So 23.
So you manage to wrestle your way out of the maw, and you are reaching to wrestle around it so that you can grab onto the vine while pulling yourself free. So give me another athletics check.
You're so strong, Rudy.
29.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, so you are now above. So as you wrestle your way out, it kind of is like turning around on the vine, going rah, rah, like trying to grab you back in, but you manage to scuttle out onto the rope.
And can I action surge to try to chop it off the vine?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Because then I guess even if I let go, I can teleport with my action surge. Kind of falling and then teleport, or will that still give me damage?
No, because you can do it before or after the action surge. So you can action surge attack 3 times,
Ooh.
and then you teleport 30 feet.
Yeah. Am I near where Wrath is, I guess is the question.
You could teleport over so that you land on the ledge, and I'll have you make a dexterity saving throw to grab the ledge over there, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think so.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So three
So you wrestle out of
hits
the
against
plant.
this thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll all the hits together,
Oh,
please.
okay. Well, that's a crit.
Crit?
Okay. A 21 to hit. And then 12 to hit.
Okay. I imagine what you, how much roll the damage. Everything hit.
So
Is this against the plant?
Yeah.
This poor plant.
35 for the crit.
Okay.
And then 23.
Okay. Here's what I imagine. You pull yourself out of the maw as it's snapping at you. You swing the rope around and let go of the rope to give yourself the spinning momentum with your axe. The axe cleaves through the plant, bisecting the petals and then chopping it off at the root. And there's a moment where the kobolds that are pulling, I'm gonna say they're still pulling, and now the weight is all gone, so they all fall prone. And then you are able to, as you start falling, you blink out of the air and you teleport towards the ledge. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, 20.
And you land on the edge and you teleport, landing right on the edge at a group of very, very surprised and prone kobolds.
I am like dripping with juice from the plant, and I'm just like, oh, scary.
Okay. With that, we go to the top of the round with Wilhelm.
All right. Using the roots as cover, I kind of duck behind a few of them and I pop out, and I'm going to fire a crossbow at one of the flying kobolds.
Yep. Are you going to aim or not?
No.
Okay.
13.
That's a miss.
I should have aimed. I'm going to shoot at it again. Getting a 21.
As it flutters around, the first shot, it kind of giggles at you as you miss the first shot, and then the second one catches it straight in the wing. Ah!
Do these kobolds seem tougher because of their wings?
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case,
How are you sneak attacking?
you're right. I have no way to do that. I was just kidding. I do 9 damage.
It survives.
Well, now I'm sad.
We need a new leader.
The kobolds. Reeling from falling prone, the group of kobolds see the pair of you, and they drop the rope, disengage, and run back down the hallway.
These 3, yeah?
All of them, all 6 of them.
3 of them are going to get opportunity attacks.
Because they disengage.
Oh, they disengage.
Yeah, they disengage.
Oh, well, then defeated. See you later.
The other kobolds as well, they flee and run. And they go, they've escaped! And you hear them saying something in their kobold language, like, go to plan B!
Even the winged ones?
Yeah, they fly out.
What's plan B?
Kippers. What is plan B?
Kipper says, they're probably gonna get Trethesia's children now to eat you.
Well, we probably shouldn't stick around here. Kippers, can you lead us to where the entertainment is kept, the prisoners?
Oh yes, right this way.
All right, lead the way. And I'm going to shove us along because I don't want to be here when the
When they get
kobolds
back.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Several of the kobolds fled the direction that you are traveling.
But not all
Was
of
it
them.
down the hallway? This hallway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The upper hallway?
Can you get
Yeah.
Kippers up here?
Yeah. Can I lift Kippers up and No, I
Yeah.
have to...
You'd have to climb. You have to fly.
I have
yeah.
the boots of spider climbing.
Are you
so
still wearing those? Too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Sure. You can bring Kippers up.
Kippers, Kippers is choking me out as I'm walking up the wall.
It's not as bad as a Rudy. Don't worry, you're fine.
I do have a quick question. So
Yeah.
my axe regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges at moonrise. Has that happened?
Roll 1. Yeah.
So 5.
Okay. All right. You proceed down the winding passage to the chamber beyond, and it's time for the magic of a set change. Okay. You follow the passage down, the fleeing kobolds screeching as you do. Help! Help! They're coming! They're coming! Into a colossal underground chamber. The air is heavy and humid down here as the roots of the great evertree extend down and the thorny brambles and glowing plants open up into a chamber filled with phosphorescent fungus, illuminated by a glittering lake of greenish blue hue that bubbles with strange sulfurous vapor. The room is massive. At the center of the room, a pillar of rock rises, connected by a bridge, and all around there is the great nest of the dragon, with, you can see, several green gold eggs within it. Around the chamber, screeching at each other in the draconic language, are the 4 children of Trethesia, each already showing signs that they are trying to grab what they can of their mother's own hoard to determine who will own what. At the far end of the chamber is an exit that has doors of clear elven design that are barred. There are ostensibly 3 other ways into this chamber. Perhaps the other routes that you didn't take are alternate ways of accessing this room or lead from other parts of the overall lair. The light of the phosphorescent fungus, the few torches illuminated here, and the glowing liquid bounce and reverberate off the piles of gold stacked up in this chamber, the unimaginable wealth of ages. There is furnishing, there are statues, priceless vases, glittering gems, mountains upon mountains of coins, all bearing markings of ages long past. There is more gold in this room than the vaults of Castle Draken could hold. And before you arrive at the long passage with the screeching kobolds crying for help from their elder siblings. What will you do?
On the pathway, can I chug a healing potion on the way? Do you have enough time?
Yep.
Then, as we arrive, I want to run ahead and become invisible as I run into the chamber.
Well, he becomes invisible. Just you, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Cloak of the Bat to become a tiny green dragon. And I'm just going to kind of fly with Wrath. I hope I fit in.
Okay.
And I just walk into the room.
Okay. As you race into the chamber, you can see that the kobolds are already on their knees begging to the 4 dragons to, again, they're speaking in Draconic. And so what they're saying to each other is a little unclear. But as you come into the chamber, the 4 dragons stop their arguing and glare at you. And one says to the other something in Draconic, the other barks something back. A little less far into the room than that, guys.
Can we... Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably like right at the start.
Yeah.
I'm just using the crow to signify the tiny dragon.
As the crow runs.
But I'm a tiny green dragon.
The 4 dragons turn to you, and the one over the horde says, "Mortals, what have you done to our mother?"
Caw-caw. Is that what dragons say?
Are they looking at me? Is it pretty obvious that they know that I'm invisible?
They certainly know where you are.
Oh.
Are they looking at me as well?
They're looking at Rudy.
Yeah, because I'm just coming in.
Because she's just come in the chamber as is.
And I was just like, I don't know why you're complaining. You get a lot of gold out of this situation.
And the 4 dragons all look at one another and say, and the wheels start turning in them. Make a persuasion check.
19.
And the one dragon says, "Yes, mortal. If you help me kill my siblings, and I will give you a portion of the treasure for yourself." And one of the other dragons says, "No, mortal, help me, help me. You can't trust Phalora, she'll eat you afterwards." And the other dragon says, "Phalora and Verdigris can't be trusted at all. You should help me." And the last one says, "None of them can be trusted. It is I, Alindra, the only one that you can truly trust. They'll definitely devour you afterwards."
I mean, lots of offers from y'all. I think if it gets down to it, y'all seem fairly interesting, but I'd say the first one who can guarantee my son's safety, I will help him.
The 4 of them turn to one another and say, "You are the mother of the mortal?"
I am.
And the one responds, "They swore themselves to our mother. They are our treasure now."
Well, I'll tell you what I told your mother. I'll take your heads if you stand in my way.
Wilhelm or Wrath, do either of you want to interject?
I mean, I like where this is going. I mean, they can obviously see where I am, so I continue. Your mother was easily dispatched by myself and the others. If you do not return Rudy's kin at once, we will make short work of you and those you care about. And that is all.
Give me an intimidation check.
26.
The 4 young dragons cower and begin to bicker amongst themselves, saying something to one another in Draconic, a clear sign of their but you can infer, Wilhelm, an insight check.
You rolled a 75.
No. I rolled a 21.
Much.
The 4 dragons, what you can infer from the group of them is that it may be challenging to get all of them to back down, but you may be able to set at least one of them against the others.
I'm going to transform back into Wilhelm. And as I reappear, sorry. It's rough.
Does it hurt?
A little bit. It's like exploding, anyway. We don't know if we can trust any of you, but the fact is that we slayed the great dragon Trefesia above, your mother, much more powerful dragon. You all bicker over a treasure, but only one of you will be left standing to claim it. What is one part of your treasure worth in exchange for our help to fight the others? If you give up Rudy's son, that is but a small portion of the treasure, and whoever does, we will help.
One of the dragons, the 4 dragons each growl at that. Give me another insight check, Wilhelm.
25.
From what you can infer, you may be able to get them to convince you to give over Rudy's the hostages. But you think that given the state that they're in, you could probably convince them to give up the hostages and then leave them to fight over the treasure themselves.
But we also want that treasure.
But if you want the treasure,
Everyone's left.
if you want the treasure, it will mean destroying all of them.
Well, that's an absolute. What if? Okay, hold on.
Unless you got something better, based on their current mental state, it seems likely that what's going on between them. The reason why I say that is that what you can read of them is that all of them are trying to think of how they can use you to help them kill them, kill their siblings, and then kill you, so they don't have to give you anything. That's all 4 of these dragons are all thinking the same thing. They want to convince you to help them and then kill you.
Mighty dragons, which of you want us to help you kill your sibling?
Yes!
Which of you is the strongest?
I am the strongest. They all answer almost in unison.
Which of you is the fastest?
They all reply.
Which of you is the smartest?
They all cry out.
It seems here that with all of you crying out, we don't know who to back.
The others are liars, they almost all say together.
Well, if you're all the smartest, fastest, and strongest, then...
It is not so. The others all lie. Only I tell the truth.
The first of you to bring back a golden acorn from the Trogroth forest in Caspia, should be a quick flight for the likes of you, will win our allegiance, and we will destroy the others.
The 4 dragons look at one another, and they go, that That is an obvious ploy to get us to leave our lair so you may plunder our treasure. What a clumsy deception. Yeah, sorry, that's too obvious. They're smart enough to know that that's a ploy.
Then the only treasure you will leave this lair with is your lives. You will flee this tree and never return. And I cast Mass Suggestion.
Okay.
DC 21 Wisdom saves.
All of them need to use their legendary resistance.
And if you do not return
Yeah.
Rudy's kin, you will all be destroyed.
They only have one legendary resistance each, so they all use it to resist the mass suggestion. And so with that, I think that though is their trigger to fight.
Oh God.
I'm so sorry. I thought it would work.
Okay, roll for initiative.
Oh no. I had more convincing to do.
I'm sorry.
We're fighting 4 dragons.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Is there more of the poison?
Wilhelm?
24.
14 for Rudy.
I use a lucky to get a 6. Can I use lucky?
You get a
on-
6 total on initiative?
Oh, I can use lucky for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a 6.
Okay.
I turned an 8 into a 6.
You get to choose which roll, don't you? Yeah.
You have to use the new one.
Okay.
Wait.
Wilhelm, you are the first to
Oh,
act.
you do get to use it. So technically, I have an 8.
Okay.
But I think it's still.
Yeah,
it
it doesn't. Not gonna bump you up. And
Are these kobolds next to me a threat?
no, they're not.
Okay, good. I don't need any other distractions.
Sorry, everyone.
Oh man, this is scary. I am going to use steady aim and attack the dragon up here.
Okay, Phaelora.
Sure. 23.
Your steady aim strikes true, and you hit Phaelora.
So that's going to be 31.
Okay. Phaelora howls out in pain.
And that is my turn. I can't move, and I use both my bonus action and action, so that's me.
Alrighty, Phaelora flies forward onto the bridge, not all the way up to you guys, stops, and breathes poison on all of you. Constitution saving throws, please.
I'm immune to poison.
So be it.
Okay, Constitution.
Well,
I got 21.
That's a natural one, but can I use Indomitable? Is that...
Yep, if you got any uses remaining.
I do have one.
So your last one?
Yeah,
What you got?
20.
You both succeed, but you still take half damage, which is it's 42 damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one, so 21 poison damage each.
Ow.
And then Phaelora is going to fly to the left.
This way?
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
the other left. Yeah, the right.
This way? Or
Yeah,
this way?
further off so that she is well out of reach of any melee attacks.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Floor.
Okay. Vertigris is next. Who is closest to Vertigris? Vertigris is over here. Vertigris is going to fly right up, and Vertigris is also going to breathe poison on all of you. Another round of saving throws.
Does it get around the corner?
He's gonna fly so that he can
Okay.
yes, they're yeah. And he'll end his move there basically.
I feel
Con?
Yeah.
completely responsible for this.
What do we got?
29.
That's a success.
I got an 11.
That's a fail. 42 poison. 21 poison.
Immune.
And immune.
Guys, king's safe.
With that, and then just put Verdigris on that to just indicate that he's not. Both of them are flying higher than the bridge, and they and put Verdigris. He'll end his movement.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here.
Yeah.
That's there, and I'm gonna fix the bridge.
And both of the dragons are flying with a keen awareness of jump distances. So they are well in the air here. Rudy, it is your turn.
I'm gonna walk forward.
You can remove the kobolds as well. They've all fled from this now.
And I bellow out, stop this right now or I'm gonna melt all of your gold. And I kind of get ready with a fireball.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an intimidation check.
Very good at that. 10.
They are not convinced.
Can I fireball their stuff?
If you would like to destroy the dragon's horde,
I want to go for, you said there's like furniture. I want to like kind of place it around potential like flammable. No, we
Okay.
don't want to flame
So-
chairs and stuff.
when I say there's furniture, I'm talking like filigree decorated antique furniture that is probably priceless in value. And there are probably, you can see amongst them scrolls, other magic items, there's gems, there's gold. So if you want to fireball the dragon's horde, yes, but that's gonna probably be the most expensive fireball in the entire campaign.
I'm trying to show them that I'm serious about.
Serious.
I mean, what are our lives?
I'm not trying to be greedy, but there's part of me that's like, I feel like out of character. I'm feeling real greedy right now.
Is there a spot where I see
Are we
it's
gonna
more
live through this?
gold?
I'm
Like I'm
so
thinking I want to
sorry. I didn't
melt,
know they'd
start
turn on us
melting
like
stuff.
If
There's lots here, guys. Okay.
If you see any magical elven swords,
I have a
don't
list
fireball.
of what the treasure is. It is randomly distributed, and I will roll randomly to determine how many magic items are damaged or destroyed by your fireball. So, because you don't really have enough time to assess, like if you wanted to spend your action to investigate the horde and like see what is there and weigh that option, you can. But to make that decision in the blink of an eye, I think is a little pushing it just a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? I will, because I honestly, the 4 dragons, I'm like, I want to look around and like seriously kind of pick my spot, so that way the next time, if they're not backing down, I'm gonna start fireballing their stuff.
Okay, sure. So you estimate that a fireball anywhere in this room would probably destroy anywhere from 20 to 50,000 gold worth of valuables, and that there appear to be spell scrolls and magic items everywhere that would do that. So if your intent is to destroy the horde,
Yeah, I'm more thinking like if I did like the edge of it, just to be like warning shot. But I feel like a firebolt's not going to be enough.
the best
of a
way,
warning.
like if you wanted to give them a warning shot,
Yeah.
it would be hitting one of them in the air. And then just like basically, what I'm assuming based on what you're saying is that like if you are aiming a fireball to destroy the horde,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But if you want to
Yeah.
just drop it to
I guess I'm kind of showing I'm serious and I have the ability to start destroying their stuff. How can I just kind of like give them a caution to be like,
Yep.
oh no, you're not taking my word seriously. Like, take this seriously. So yeah, if I want to fire it, like
the other
at
would
them,
be the actual dragon eggs on the nest as well.
Oh. Do we want to? I don't think we want to just.
Bruce wants to eat one.
I mean,
No, he doesn't.
in this moment, like the question really is that a cost you are willing to pay?
I guess. You know what? In this, I am gonna use a fireball, but again, can I throw it in the air
So
instead?
I gave you the information in exchange for your action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you intimidated. Unfortunately, though, with your intimidation result, the dragons feel that's an empty threat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With that, we go to Alindra, and Alindra is also going to say, "You will do no such thing, mortal," and breathes poison on all three of you once again.
Which one?
Alindra is that one there.
I got a 21 this time.
15.
So
You both succeed, so it's 21 poison damage. And Alindra will end her move up. We'll just move some stuff out of the way. There we go. Wrath.
I look at the closest dragon to me.
Mm-hmm.
That one. What one's this one?
Phalora is the one that
shot.
took damage from before.
Phalora. And who's this one?
That is Verdigris.
Oh, man, I'm just trying to test you if you remember all the names. Vertigus.
Yes, Verdigris, Phalora, Verdigris, Alindra, and Sylvanor.
I look to. We haven't shot this one yet, right?
The only one who's taken damage is Phalora.
I look to Vertigus.
Verdigris.
Verdigris. And I say, "We will help you destroy the others because you will help us." And I cast Dominate Monster on it.
I get not enough. Yeah, no, he is controlled.
And I send him after his kin.
Okay.
And I run away!
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right.
And that's my
So
turn.
he acts on his turn. Yep. Okay.
So his eyes turn the eyes of a cat.
Okay. Sylvanor then will
We
fly
gotta have a
up
chance
over to the
here.
bridge. And Sylvanor will breathe one last time. It'll only be on Rudy.
It's all right. 26.
Another 21 poison damage.
You're fine.
Fine.
Oh my gosh, you have almost remaining HPs like my max.
Okay. With that, we go to, and all the dragons are flying in the air, just even though we're out of flight stands. Wilhelm.
We used all the flight sites because there's so many dragons.
I'm gonna keep doing what I was doing. I'm gonna steady aim.
Okay.
I'm gonna fire on. I already forgot her name.
Phalora.
Phalora. Getting a 25 to hit.
The bolt strikes true, striking the dragon just in the ribs.
Clear some space.
And are they all at different heights?
Yes. Yeah.
35 damage.
Phalora is bloodied.
Woo!
We can do this. We have one dragon on our team.
We have a dragon slayer. It's you.
Yeah, and I can't be hurt by poison, so far I'm doing okay for now until they start using their claws. But for now I'm okay, and yeah, that's my turn.
Phalora, wounded by gravely wounded. What Phalora is going to do is a flyby. She's going to fly by Wilhelm and attack Wilhelm 3 times. Once with her bite, getting a crit. And the 2 claw attacks are 22s.
Okay.
So each claw is 21 damage, and the bite crit is 30 piercing.
And did she end up over here somewhere?
No, what she...
30 piercing?
30 piercing
I can
damage.
half that though, yeah.
Yeah, and you're immune to the poison damage on the bite. So she flies by Wilhelm, slashing as she goes. And what she is going to end up doing, though, is end her movement towards that doorway over there.
Can I know that it's not my turn, but like as my turn ends and this happens, can I like yell out to the other dragons like, "She is weak, you could defeat her now"?
Yes, and you can see that she is making a run for it in doing so.
So I try to get her kin.
You'll need to do this as an action on your turn,
Alright.
though. Yeah. Verdigris is dominated. So what is Verdigris going to do?
He's going to attack. So I can't take full control until it's my turn, but I can issue commands at no action. So I'm like, attack your kin.
So he's going to go for Phalora.
Yeah.
So, and Phalora is landed because she's trying to get to the passageway. So Verdigris is going to fly down, and he will attack Phalora 3 times. You can roll the die. You can roll the 3 attacks. if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then we get, I got a 7, a 14, and an 18.
On the dice?
Yeah.
So 2 hits.
Okay.
With the claws. So Phalora takes 22 damage and is very wounded. Rudy, it is your turn.
Woo.
Are any of these on the bridge?
They're in the air.
All of them
all
are in
in
the
the
air.
air.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm just going to check. Phalora's breath weapon did not recharge. Verdigris's breath weapon did not recharge.
Just gauging the distance between them. How much distance is between the flying ones?
Actually, right now, if you wanted to hit,
It's either a fireball or a lightning bolt at this point.
you could hit both with either. And if you wanted to be more destructive, like, it depends on how destructive if you want to be. You could actually legitimately get, if you want to do lightning bolt, you could get 2 of them without hitting
Stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I'm like,
Who are you going to go for then?
ooh.
Oh, this one's our friend right now, though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dominated, but she's the most wounded.
2 in front of me, because I figure
Okay.
he's got that one taken.
I'll
care
do
of.
dexterity saves for both. It's actually their worst save, and they both fail.
It's a 14.
They both fail, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Their dragons do not have good dexterity saves.
I do not have a strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 8d6. 1, 2, 3,
Do you need some blink
4,
dice?
5, 6, 7. Actually, I might have enough. 8.
Yeah.
What happens when you have lots of dice?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not great rolls. But
So this is against Elindra and Sylvanor.
23
All right.
damage.
The bolts of electricity resound through their bodies, and they shudder for a moment. Anything else, Rudy?
I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
And hold it back. That is going to be 18 damage. Or heal. 18.
Elindra's breath weapon recharges, and and she's gonna go for it. She breathes poison. It is a 30-foot cone. No, you're too far back, Wrath.
Thank goodness.
So yeah, she breathes she flutters forward, but then she's gonna return to that position, breathing poison on both Wilhelm and Rudy.
26.
It's a success, but it's still 21 poison damage. Wrath, it is your turn.
I'm going to run. I run 15 feet out, and I'm gonna start shooting my Eldritch cannon at this closest one.
Verdigris? Or no, sorry, that is Sylvanor.
Sylvanor. Does a 15 hit?
I'm afraid not.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
And a 25.
2 strikes as the Eldritch beams collide with the dragon. Yeah. Do you want to push him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's push him around a bit.
He's flying, so...
So 22 damage, and I kind of knock him back off his perch.
Okay.
I'm still at 3 beams.
22 damage total?
Yeah, 22 force damage.
Does this guy do anything on your turn?
He's just on his turn. He's gonna keep attacking.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Sylvanor's turn. His breath weapon recharges.
Oh yeah, and then I run back my 15 feet.
How far is that? Just pull me that up.
Oh, that's a
Wrath in range?
I don't think so.
please be out of range.
That's 90?
Yeah.
Okay, so enraged, Sylvanor flies down the tunnel towards Wrath, attacking you 3 times, getting a crit,
Oh.
a natural 1, and a hit.
Okay.
So he crits you with his bite for 30 piercing damage plus 14 poison damage.
That
I'm assuming
drops me to 0,
Okay.
which brings me back to 1 because
Which
of
then
my...
he hits you again,
Oh.
which drops you to 0.
Can I use at least on one of those? Can I try to use my
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
That'll turn the crit into not a crit.
That's all I needed.
So it's
But it's still a hit.
yeah. So you take 11 slashing, and 7 poison and 15 piercing.
Then I don't die immediately, but I
Oh.
have to make a bunch of con saves.
Yeah, you'd need to make 2 con saves against the dominate,
I get a...
and that doesn't trigger the book, or it does.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I'm gonna use lucky. Yeah, I get. Okay, how many con saves?
2 con saves.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. That was Sylvanor.
But I had to use my last lucky,
Yep.
and that's why you take lucky, so you can burn through it in the very first combat encounter.
Yeah, so Sylvanor
four
basically,
seconds, man.
after getting blasted back, Sylvanor basically clips back on his wings and flies towards you, Wrath. He goes right for you.
Did he avoid opportunity attacks from Rudy and I in the process?
The dragons have the flyby ability.
Right.
Yes.
Those clever jerks.
Yes. And so we go to the top of the round with Wilhelm.
I'm gonna chase after this dragon,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stab him right in the back. As he stabbed me in the back, getting a 24 to hit.
Okay. That is definitely a hit.
I'm distracting him, Wilhelm, as he's clawing my face into it within an inch of my life. I have him on the ropes. Oh, the bite. Oh, there's acid.
The dominated creature can't take reactions, correct?
Unless it uses my reaction.
Okay.
39 damage.
He is grievously wounded by that.
And I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
Which I think.
Getting an 18.
It hits just barely.
Oh!
Getting 4. Nuts. 6 more damage.
Okay. You attack Sylvanor, stabbing it in the wings, and it howls out in pain as you shoot back, going right for the head. Phalora is going to disengage.
Well,
and-
I've used my reaction.
Okay.
So, yeah. Because I had to use it for...
Phalora
the-
doesn't really know that though.
Okay.
So Phalora is going to disengage and flee down that hallway, and flying out of the area, and that is her turn. Verdigris, is Verdigris going to pursue?
Actually, I don't... No.
Okay.
Vertigus is gonna go after the other.
Verdigris is going to go for Elandra.
Yeah.
Okay. Verdigris's turn then.
You-
Verdigris's breath weapon.
I wish to command the...
Verdigris's breath weapon does recharge, but Verdigris does know that it's useless to use it against Sibling. So 3 attacks, please.
Oh, yeah.
Roll the first one as the bite,
Okay.
because the bite does more damage.
12 on the dice.
Okay, that hits.
And then 16 on the dice.
Yep.
And 7 on the dice.
The 7 misses, so it's 2 hits for 26 damage total on Alindra.
Die.
Okay, so all the dragons are wounded, but none of them are dead.
And one of them is gone now.
Yes.
them
Phalora
got
has
away.
fled. Okay. So with that, we go to Rudy.
Okay, I'm going to flee down the hall towards this wounded dragon, and I'm gonna push past Wilhelm, and I'm gonna take some shots.
I've got it, Rudy, on the ropes. It's...
And Houdini can help on this one because he hasn't done anything.
Wrath, what's with the
Useless
voice?
owl.
I don't know. I'm gravely wounded.
Yeah, bring in Houdini. Okay, cool.
It's...
Good thing on
The
that.
acid burn.
26 to hit.
It is, the axe connects with Sylvanor's body.
Do you want me to roll all three?
No, roll the damage individually at this stage.
28 damage.
Okay. He's still going.
That is a 17 to hit
A miss.
and a 25 to hit.
I think this slays Sylvanor.
21 damage.
How do you do it?
I start to hack my way from the back because I'm assuming he's facing Wrath. So I'm coming up the side with my axe, and then the final blow is just chopping its head off.
Nice. So with that, Sylvanor is slain.
Thank you, Rudy.
Alindra, seeing her first sibling go down, Alindra thinks that she understands what's going on here, and but her breath weapon doesn't recharge. So, does the Dominate Dragon get a saving throw if it takes damage?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she's actually going to try to snap her sibling out of it.
Yeah. I think anytime.
She hits twice, dealing 22 damage to Verdigris.
Each time, yeah, it gets to take.
So 2
DC
saves?
21, yeah.
But he doesn't break out.
Yay!
Wrath, it's your turn.
I poke out again. Actually, no, that's silly. Yeah, I poke out again and I shoot at the non-dominated Alindra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 24, 25, and 21
All hit on Alindra.
for, ooh yeah, 42 total damage.
Oh, are you going to push?
No.
Okay. Alindra howls in pain. Sylvanor is
Francis.
dead, so Wilhelm, we're up to you.
I turn, and I'm gonna fire my crossbow at Alindra.
Okay.
Getting a 26.
It's a hit.
Gonna use sneak attack. That's going to be 28, which isn't that good. 28 damage. So I fire, and it sails past the dominated one and just clips her wing. It's not the most powerful attack. And then I take a second shot, only getting a 13.
The shot goes wide. She's grievously wounded, Alindra, but still alive.
I can't pin her down.
It is Verdigris' turn. Or sorry, Phalora ran. Verdigris is still dominated. So Verdigris is probably going
the
to
assault.
finish off. Roll the
Oh,
attacks.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bite. 8 on the die.
No.
Then an 11.
On the die.
Yeah, and another 11.
The claws tear into their sibling, and Verdigris slays Alindra.
And then I issue hunt down your other kin.
Okay. Verdigris flies out the window.
We have 1 hour-ish.
Unless he gets hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, like broken leaves, two of Trethesia's brood are slain, the rest fled, and the other dominated.
We just took on 4 dragons.
I am sorry, I did not know that they would... Well, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I am sorry. I did not wish to...
We handled it.
to...
Wrath, don't apologize. We did it. We worked together.
Yes, it seems to be okay.
Do you have a telepathic bond with Verdigris?
Yeah.
Verdigris tells you, my sister is here with the mortals. She has demands.
She can have a parley with the king.
Oh.
We will meet in the outside of the brambles in 54 minutes.
There are 3 mortals here. She has poisoned them. And that is where we're going to end for the night.
My boy! No! He'll be okay, right?
Are we already at 2 hours? Wow.
Yeah.
That was a fight.
I had no idea. For some reason, I just thought we were going to play forever.
Well, when you're fighting dragons and kobolds, classic D&D.
Wait. Guys, we were just in a dungeon. Fighting dragons.
Fighting dragons.
And we even had a dragon helping us.
Dungeons and Dragons just happened.
Yes.
We finally
yes.
completed the
And
mission.
dragons and
We won.
dragons
We
and
won D&D.
Yeah, we won
did it.
D&D.
Thank you. Oh, I really, my heart sank when they're like, and then they all decided to turn on you. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, 4 dragons is scary.
Yeah. 1 or 2. I was like hoping there would be some infighting, but nope.
I really wanted
taunted
to
them.
blow up the treasure, but I could feel the stress.
Greedy Rudy.
You know, it wasn't even Wilhelm that was responding. I was just like, don't blow up the treasure. That's magic.
We won that. We won that.
Like, that was totally out of character. I was just like, don't do it. I love
I mean,
treasure.
I also wanted you to have it. I didn't want you to. I was like, just blow up the loot.
When you were like, they could easily, it would, even the halls of Drakkenheim couldn't hold all the treasure. I was like, let's try it. let's see if we can fit it all.
So what I'm hearing is melt down the gold and make the castle gold.
Yeah, we just put it into the walls.
Guys, this is armies that we can buy. Like, we can fund the nation with this.
Oh, I thought we already had that amount of money now.
Yeah, we do, but now we can buy more
We can
armies.
double it. Whatever it was before, double it.
We don't need
Triple
to
it.
ask as many questions
Yeah.
about do we have the funds to blah blah. Like Wilhelm can.
Don't even check the bank account.
Yeah.
How are we gonna get it home?
Bye.
Don't worry about that. We'll get Raph's pet dragon to fly it back for us.
Oh, okay.
Well, a big thank you, as always, to our amazing cast. Jill, Kelly, and Joe for playing tonight.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for all the work that he does behind the scenes.
Kyle.
He is not here today, but his thumb is here in spirit. I hope that he's enjoying his time away. And a huge thank you to our Dungeon Master, Monty Martin, for running both Dungeons and Dragons
I did
tonight.
it. I ran D&D. I literally ran Dungeons and Dragons.
And for making kobolds so scary.
Yeah.
They did the most damage. Oh man.
Well, yeah, just for like perspective, the kobolds did as much damage as 4 dragons.
Yeah, man, they really messed
Just
us
saying,
up.
don't mess with kobolds.
Don't mess with kobolds.
And in our game tonight, we had an opportunity to use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. They've graciously given us permission to use them in our tabletop games. And we encourage you to go out and support some of these amazing creators. This wonderful set by Dwarven Forge, miniatures by Hero Forge and WizKids, music by Tabletop Audio, and a player character artwork by Elizabeth Perot.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store where you can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dude shirts, including Yes, and the Dusk Wardens. Check it out at bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
Our videos and live streams are made possible because of the incredible generosity of our Patreon supporters. If you enjoy the work that we create, please consider becoming a patron of the show by following the links right down below.
We also have a phenomenal Discord community exclusive for our patrons, so make sure to join us on Discord and chat with us about all things D&D, all things Drakkenheim, any nerdy topics you want.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time in Drakkenheim.